How about the Eastern Division? Who is going to win this thing? It's been jumbled up a lot for the most part this entire year, Andy. But you look at the standings right now. Now the Bruins are 8 points back of the Isles, and they're 2 points in front of the Capitals, and the Penguins are 4 points back. Do you think this is the Islanders' division at this point?
Well, it is, and I think the Islanders will win the division more than 40% of their time. So their odds of winning the division should be, better than plus 150. And as much as I've wanted to count the Bruins out in these last few weeks here, given that they've really tailed off as far as their underlying play. I can't do it. They've got 6 games against the Buffalo Sabres between now and May 1st. That's 12 possible points right there. They've got 3 games in hand on all the teams in front of them, the Islanders, Capitals, and Penguins. I believe they're still better than the Penguins and maybe the Capitals. I don't think they're better than the Islanders at this point. I think New York has earned the right to be called the best team in the division, given how they've played throughout the season. But Boston, I keep waiting for them to hit that switch, but it just seems like they're having a tough time doing so. But I don't think you can count them out. I think their odds should be at least plus 400 to win the division. I think they'll do so at more than 20% of the time, less than 30% of the time.
What do you think of Florida?
Florida, I mean, they've been really good this year, and it took me a while to come around on this team. There's a big difference between Chris Driedger and Sergei Bobrovsky. It's a 92.7 save percentage versus a 90.7 save percentage. Driedger is the better goalie and has been since he's emerged as an NHL goaltender. It's been really surprising to see his name on the trade bait boards. Some of the insiders here in Canada listing him among their top 30 guys that could be dealt, and I guess it makes a little bit of sense given that they've dealt out a lot of money to Bobrovsky, but he's the guy that's got them there, and with Peter Mrazek coming back in the fold and Andrei Vasilevsky in Tampa Bay, they're going to need the goaltending if they want to go anywhere in this Central Division.
How about a team or two that could surprise come playoff time?
You know what? I'm looking, and I thought about this. I thought about this for a while, and I don't think there are really any surprises right now. I think we look at the playoff picture, and every team there. I think we could have looked back at the beginning of the season, and we could have made a case for all of those teams to get in. The Blackhawks have been a surprise, and if they get in, they could give some people some trouble for sure, especially with Kevin Lankinen playing the way he has. The New York Rangers are another team that I think they're pushing. I know they lost last night. It was a bit of an unfortunate loss. I thought they played fairly well through the middle of the game, but just things didn't go their way. But this is a team that is close, and if they get in, they could surprise some people.
How about Nashville? Where's this coming from? They've won 9 of 10. They're not giving up any goals.
You know what? Nashville was, they were off to an awful start, and they weren't a team that I thought was, I was very high on coming into the season. But, they were never as bad as their record initially, and they're not as good as their record now. I think this is an average team. I think, if anything, this record is going to be detrimental to them long term because it's probably going to give their general manager, David Poile, pause. And maybe, he won't want to tear up this group. He doesn't want to, not reward them for the hard work that they've done lately and all season. They're in a playoff spot right now, but, it's tough to see them not dealing away a player or two, maybe a Matthias Ekholm, who's been rumored a lot as a guy that's on the way out. But I don't see this Nashville team outside of Juuse Saros, he's really the reason that they've been on this run. I think, it's going to depend on him. If he stands on his head, sure, this team might be able to go a ways